All right, let's talk about something really cool. We're diving into this little powerhouse of a device, the SMG-5420. Think of it as an industrial translator, connecting that trusty old tech to the super fast modern world. Let's get into it. So picture this. You've got this absolute tank of a machine on your factory floor. It's been running for years, never lets you down, but it's from a different era, right? It was built way before everything was hooked up to the internet. Meanwhile, your brand new control system, your SCADA system, is all modern Ethernet. So what's the play? How do you get these two to actually talk to each other? What we're really talking about here is a language barrier. It's a classic problem. All your best legacy gear, I'm talking sensors, PLCs, the real workhorses, they're all speaking an older serial-based language. But your shiny new control systems, they're fluent in Ethernet. And here's the kicker, they're totally incompatible. And this really breaks it down. You've got two different dialects, right? On one side, you've got the old school Modbus RTU or ASCII. This stuff has been the gold standard for serial communication for decades. Then you have the new school, Modbus TCP, built from the ground up for modern networks. And let me be clear, this isn't just a matter of using a different plug. Nope. The actual languages, the protocols, they just don't understand each other. It's a total communication breakdown. So what are you going to do? A full, crazy, expensive overhaul? Nah. There's a smarter way. You get a translator. And in our world, in industrial automation, that translator is what we call a Modbus gateway. The specific one we're looking at today, it's the SMG-5420 from Sollae Systems. And check this out. This is the magic right here, the gateway. This little box just sits right in the middle. It listens to the serial device, grabs the data, translates it on the fly, and then sends it out in Modbus TCP over your network. And get this, it works both ways. So your new controller can send commands back to the old gear. It's a perfect, seamless bridge. And this is a super important point. A Modbus gateway is not just a dumb adapter. Don't think of it like that. This is an intelligent piece of kit. It's actively converting protocols, translating data packets, basically doing the complex work to make sure two totally different systems can have a perfectly normal conversation. Okay, so we get what it does. It's a translator. Cool. But the big question is it tough enough for a real factory? Can it take a beating? Oh, you bet it can. This thing was born for the factory floor. Yeah, this is definitely not the kind of router you'd buy for your home office. Not even close. The SMG-5420 is a serious industrial-grade gateway specifically for RS-422 and RS-485. Sure, it's got fast Ethernet, but the real showstoppers, that massive temperature range and built-in surge protection, those are absolutely critical when things get rough. And when I say extreme, I mean it. How cold can it get? We're talking a bone-chilling minus 40 degrees Celsius. That's seriously cold. And what about the other end of the thermometer? A blistering 85 degrees Celsius. Think about that range for a second. That's a huge window. It means you can pretty much stick this thing anywhere, in a hot control cabinet, a cold warehouse, and not even worry about it. So yeah, it's tough. End of story. This thing is built to work where most electronics would just, well, they'd just die. Let's look at the specs real quick. It's tiny, which is great. It runs on a simple 5-volt DC input and has that reverse voltage and surge protection we talked about built right in. Plus, it's got all the important certifications, KC, CE, FCC Class A, so you know it's a legit professional piece of hardware. Okay, being tough is one thing, but we've all dealt with gear that's a total nightmare to set up, right? Well, good news. Sollae Systems clearly thought about that because they made the setup process about as simple as it gets. Seriously, it's just 3 steps. 1, install their software. It's called Spy Finder. 2, plug the gateway into your PC. 3, hit search, and bam! Everything you need to configure is right there on the screen. And here's what that software actually looks like. See? No scary command line stuff. It's a nice, clean interface. It helps you find the device on your network, punch in the IP address, tweak the serial settings. You can even monitor its status. It's just easy, simple, and effective. All right, let's wrap this up. What's the big idea here? What's the main takeaway? It's all about modernizing, but doing it smartly. It's about taking the awesome equipment you already have and making it even more valuable, not just tossing it out. You know, Sollae Systems themselves really nail it with this quote. This device was literally built to solve one of the most common headaches in the industry. How do you get your trusty old sensors to play nice with your new fancy control system? This is the answer. And that really leaves you with a final question, doesn't it? In this industry, we're always chasing the latest and greatest, but maybe, just maybe, the smartest play isn't always to rip and replace. Maybe it's just to translate. So why would you spend a fortune on a total overhaul when a simple, tough little box like this can teach your old tech to speak the language of the future?